We're going to explain how to remove columns in Excel that have zero totals. This is a handy trick for cleaning up your spreadsheets and making your data easier to understand. There are several ways to do this, and we'll cover a couple of the easiest methods. First, we need to calculate the sum of each column. 1. Calculating column totals. You can do this manually by using the sum function. Type NCM AA in an empty cell next to column A, replacing AA with the range of cells you want to sum for each column. Alternatively, Excel has a built-in feature to quickly sum columns. Go to the Data tab, then click Subtotal. This will add subtotals at each change in a specified column. You can then easily see the total for each column. 2. Filtering for zero totals. Now that we have the column sums, we want to find those columns with a total of 0. If you've used the sum function, you can manually inspect the totals. Or if you've used the subtotal feature, you'll have a clearer view of the totals. Let's say you have the column sums in a separate row or column. We'll utilize Excel's filter function. Select the entire row or column containing column sums. Go to the Data tab and click Filter. A drop-down arrow will appear in each cell. Click the arrow in the column containing the column sums and select Number Filters, then Equals, and finally enter 0. This filters your view to only show the columns summing to 0. 3. Deleting the zero-sum columns. With only the zero-sum columns visible, it's time to delete them. You can either delete each column individually, or select the columns you want to remove and delete them at once. However, be cautious when deleting columns. Before deleting, save a copy of your workbook to avoid accidental data loss. This prevents any regrets. Remember to unfilter afterwards to see the changes. 4. Using VBA for advanced users. For those comfortable with VBA, a macro can automate this process. This would involve looping through each column, calculating the sum, and deleting the column if the sum equals 0. This offers a more efficient solution for larger datasets, but requires familiarity with VBA scripting in Excel. Remember to thoroughly test any VBA code before applying it to critical data. 5. Alternative. Conditional formatting for visual identification. If you're not ready to delete columns but want to highlight those with zero totals, you can use conditional formatting. Select the range of column sums, then go to Home Conditional Formatting, highlight cells rules, less than, and set the value to 0.001, or a very small number close to 0 to catch rounding errors. This will highlight columns with near zero totals, allowing you to manually review and decide on the appropriate action. This is a gentler approach before fully deleting data. Choosing the right method depends on your comfort level with Excel features and the size of your data set.